Your feet are beautifully designed. They allow for smooth and efficient movement. They are complex structures. But when we start to put our feet in shoes, we start to lose some of this efficiency and some of this function. So in this video, I want to show you my 5 top benefits of walking more often in your bare feet as opposed to walking in shoes. Let's begin. Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Stephen Hume. I'm a chiropractor currently based in the Oxfordshire area, and thank you for tuning in for another video. And if you haven't seen my videos before, then you are very welcome. In this video, I want to discuss walking in bare feet, so without shoes. In previous videos, I've looked at the benefits of walking, but I've not actually looked at walking without the shoes. And are there any benefits to actually doing that? And as I've discussed in previous videos, I do believe that the more natural we go, the more healthy it tends to be. And this seems to be the case in almost every single scenario that I can think of. And I do believe that is also the case when it comes to shoes and walking bare feet. And this has become more popular, particularly in the last couple of decades, with a lot of shoe companies now actually creating shoes to try and mimic the barefoot experience. But of course, we can't actually get any better than walking barefoot itself. So to begin with, what are some of the problems about wearing shoes? What's so bad about wearing shoes? Well, one of the things is that often, depending on the shoe, it can actually cramp up your foot a little bit. So it doesn't actually allow the toes to fully spread out or your feet to spread out in its normal and natural position. This can, in some cases, contribute to the formation of bunions or the curling up of the toes. The biggest thing, though, I think about shoes is that often it can end up turning off some of the smaller muscles in the feet itself. In a similar way that if you wear a posture corrector or you wear a belt around your core when you're doing certain exercises, what happens when you do that is it turns off the muscles, mainly because now the body's got that support. The muscles say, right, I don't need to do my job anymore, or at least not to the same degree. So the more that we wear those things, the weaker those muscles get just because they're not used. And that's generally the case in our bodies. If we don't use it, then we tend to lose it. And it's the same with our feet. If we got our feet constantly in shoes and we've got these arch supports and the foot is constantly being supported, the muscles say to themselves, well, we're not being used, so let's not waste our energy, and they will actually start to weaken over time. Now, of course, there are massive benefits to wearing shoes, which is why we created them in the first place. One of the primary reasons why we wear them is to provide protection to the sole of our feet. And so I'm not saying you're going to want to go barefoot all the time, but I think going barefoot when you can means that you're then going to reap the benefits of barefoot walking that I'm going to explain now. So the first benefit is that it's going to strengthen the smaller muscles in your feet. Now, as I mentioned, you can't necessarily go barefoot all the time, but by going barefoot part of the time will be like going to the gym for your feet. By still going barefoot some of the time will mean that the small muscles in your feet will start to be stimulated, they will be used, and they will wake up. And they'll say to themselves, right, we do actually need to be used, therefore we need to actually get ourselves strong. And the stronger the muscles are in your feet, then the better the foundation. Your feet form the foundation of your whole body. If that area starts to weaken, it can actually cause issues then going higher up. So number one, it strengthens the smaller muscles in your feet. Number two, it allows the toes to spread out. As I mentioned, some of the shoes cramp up your feet. So if the toes are allowed to spread out, it means that they can then provide you a better base of support and they can actually function much better as they've been designed to do. Number three, it allows for more motion in the feet. You have tons of joints in the feet. They're actually quite a complex structure. And if we got our feet cramped up in shoes, you're not going to get the same fluidity and the range of motion of those individual joints in the feet. And so if you're walking barefoot, you're going to get more of that range of motion in all the joints, which is going to help those joints because joints stay healthy when they are moving. But it also then allows for more stimulation down there, which is really great for the brain. It gives more feedback going back to the brain, so the brain knows what's actually happening in the feet, so then it can send better and more accurate signals going back down to the feet to control your feet better. Number 4, it allows for more sensation to the feet. By going barefoot, your feet are now feeling the ground. This is something I think we're not so used to anymore because we wear rubber soles, and that stops the sensation going to your brain. You're not really feeling the ground because you're feeling the shoes. It's quite a nice experience when you take your shoes off and you're walking on ground and you're walking on uneven ground and you feel the different textures as you walk. It's really great sensation stimulation to the brain, and again it allows for more accurate information to be sent to the brain about the position of your feet and your ankles, so then better signals can be sent back down. We could also theorize that it would actually help against things like ankle sprains, because one of the reasons why you may sprain your ankle is because when you walk on uneven ground and your ankle goes to twist in an unusual position that's going to strain or sprain a ligament, there needs to be a quick signal that goes sent to the brain to tell the brain this is a bad position for the ankle and we need support right now, so that the brain can then send signal back to the muscles to then activate it. Often what happens with ankle sprains is that signal isn't sent fast enough, which then means then you end up spraining the ligament. So you want as much sensation and stimulation into the feet for good function, and this is what barefoot walking provides. And number 5, when we walk barefoot, particularly when we're walking on things like grass, mud, sand, so natural materials, it actually grounds us. So this is a relatively recent idea that, and we can measure this, that when we are not contacting the earth, we tend to build up a slight charge, a positive charge. When we contact the earth, that charge then gets reduced because we're grounded, in the same way that you want to ground electricity. That's why we have a grounding plug when we plug into the wall. But it can be the same thing with our bodies, and we can actually measure this. And the theory is that if we are more charged, then we can actually start to develop certain issues. And so a lot of people have seen massive benefits to grounding themselves in terms of their health. And so this is just one of the advantages of walking barefoot, is that you're just naturally going to ground yourself. And I'm going to, in the future, bring out a video more specifically on grounding. So if you are interested in that topic, then do hit the subscribe button, and if you hit the notification bell on the side, you'll get notified when my videos come out, and you'll be one of the first to see that video. That video should come out in the next couple of months, and if you're watching this a couple of months late, then you'll see that video just hopefully pop up there. So the question is, can we mimic some of the benefits that I've just gone through but still wear shoes? And the answer is yes. I'm going to explain in my next 2 videos how we can do this, and shoes that I've started wearing over the last few weeks that can mimic this really well, so you can actually wear shoes every day and still get these benefits. So look out for the next 2 videos that I'm going to post. The next one will be next week, and I'm going to go through this. If you are watching this video after these videos have been posted, you'll see the videos pop up just above me. So they're my main benefits to walking bare feet. I hope you find that interesting, and I hope maybe that's inspired you to go out more on your bare feet when you can. I would suggest take any opportunity that you can to be barefoot around the house. If you're in the garden, if you're on the beach, just walk along the sand. It's such a nice experience to walk on that hard sand with the waves going past if you live by the sea. So take any opportunity you can to walk barefoot, and any questions you have, as normal, put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.